Did you ever try to figure out what makes a recruiter experienced? Do you think working for multiple years is going to be counted as an experience? Not at all. The experience that you think that you have accumulated so far, that is something how I view is initial years that you struggled, you learned, and few things worked, and that those things that worked that time, you have been repeating that year on year on year. So this is the old thing that you are repeating so far. So that is not called experienced according to me, unless you have acquired something specific which has a significant effect on few of the outcomes. Now what do I mean by that? Meaning, if we are in recruiting, the conversation that we are going to have with our candidates, our clients, our vendors are going to decide how experienced you are. Because we ensure that things work in a proper manner, and those things go through email chain or oral communication. If we master the way we communicate, we master the skill of recruiting. And here I'm going to share 3 such words, phrases that you can use immediately when you are going to talk to your candidates. Because most of the time what happens? Every recruiter is focused to get that one damn submission, because I have to meet my submission target per day. I have targets to meet for weekly submissions and so on. And you know what? I was in the same situation, because that was my primary intention, to get a submission so that I can, I got a submission. Now let me think of something else, because I understand the frustration that we generally have when we do not find a submission, right? If we keep this aside, another frustrating point what is, we submit so many things, we get interviews, and there are no show-ups or candidate backs out from the offer. And why do you think it happens? It happens because in the initial stage, when we were talking to the candidates, we were eye-centric, meaning I'm going to talk to the candidate for my submission, my target, my incentives. And the moment you change your focus towards their job, their career, client's need, company's revenue, boom, things are going to change drastically. And those are the secrets I'm going to share with you today. The primary 3 things that I use generally when I talk to my candidates, I have used, and I have shared that with my team as well. There are so many, but these are the primary 3 where you can start implementing, and I will be sharing more with you. No worries on that. All right. And people, if you are the first visitor to my channel, I would urge you to subscribe, because you might be missing many new things that I'm going to cover. And if you have not purchased or read the book Nail the Deal, that is a 6 steps blueprint to become the highly paid recruiter, I would suggest you to go to Amazon and read the reviews. All right. And if you like it, if you are convinced, go through it and grab your own copy, because it is going to give you a different worldview. And now coming to the 3 phrases that I'm going to share with you that you can use in your communication is, first thing you are going to use is, I am curious. All right, I am curious. And do not just use for the sake of using it. The word itself brings that when we say I'm curious, it means we wanted to know something, right? So if you are talking to your candidate and candidate is sharing something, at the moment you want to go back and bring the attention to the candidate to show that you are a serious listener. What you are gonna do is, I'm curious. Could you please tell me something about the past experience that you are explaining a moment before. And guys, you have to focus on the intonation of the line you are going to speak. You cannot say, I'm curious, can you repeat that? No. You have to be like very serious. Use those words and punctuation and the sounds. I'm curious. Could you please repeat the past experience that you have shared in a moment ago? See, how did this sound? And the person other side on the phone, they can understand that, no, this is a serious listener. And with this, what happens is, it builds the rapport. And it takes your presence away from other recruiters who are me-centric and who just follow the checklist. Alright? And the second one is, may I ask? Alright? Sometimes you might be feeling that the candidate will be thinking that, I don't think I can go with you, or you are offering very, very low rate, or anything it could be. At the right moment, what happens when we encounter these kind of questions? We tend to counter that. No, our client gives this much rate, this is the best rate. Even I have submitted candidates with less rate, I'm giving you more, and so many stories. Instead, the buyer mechanism that we are going to use as a seller here, this is a sales technique, you are going to ask the question, may I ask you something? They'll say yes. Why do you feel like that? Right? It means there is some hidden objection that is making the candidate to talk like that. That is might be not the truth, that that person don't want to apply, the rate is low, and so many things. The moment you say, may I ask, why are you saying like that? May I know, why do you feel like that? And this question will make the candidate to think and give a proper answer. From there you can go with your objection handling techniques. Alright? If you able to show the candidate the future with your job, it is more likely that you will be kept on a first priority during the job offer selection of the candidate. Meaning, if the candidate know how their life going to be after joining your project, and you are going to show them that, then what you are doing is you are separating yourself from other recruiters who just sell the job description. Here you are showing the future. And how you are going to do that? This is with the third technique, third phrase. That is, imagine this for a moment. And you are going to use this the way I said. Imagine this for a moment. Okay? Now you are taking that person to imagination. And you are going to say, that, imagine this for a moment, that you got this offer and you have joined this project and your project is going so successful. How do you feel? And that person is going to involve himself or herself in your job and explain things. Imagine this for a moment. If you crack this interview and get the job offer, what is that going to happen after that? Imagine this for a moment. We submit this position, we get an interview, you crack the interview, and client offers a job, and you are going to share that with your family members. How do they feel? And now you are taking that person to the imagination and emotional space where it is going to be attached, your conversation and the feeling. And one of the top things that you need to remember as a recruiter, that this is not that whether you give a feedback or not, this is not that you do a follow-up or not, that people remember, but people remember how you make them feel. If you make them feel good in a conversation, they will remember you forever. whether you make them an offer or you hang up when things do not work. Since we want to stay in this industry for a longer period of time, you have to start a call thinking your long-term goals in mind, and you should be focusing on how you're going to make them feel. All right? These are the techniques for today, and I'm going to bring more things to you people so that you can understand and implement. So what is the next thing you should be doing is like, share, and comment here for more reach, and invite more recruiters to learn, because we as a team, we as a recruiter strive can grow with cooperation, not with competition. All right? If we do good, we make more placement, we get respect, and I believe every recruiter must get respect. So I would love to see you as a winner. Take care and God bless.